Hey guys, what's going on? It's Bijal here with Launch. I hope you are doing excellent. Um, I want to talk about unrealized dreams. I'm over here waiting to pick up my sushi, celebrating an amazing, awesome day. Just been really fulfilled lately. And if you saw my previous post, I explained why and how. It wasn't organically. It definitely wasn't because of money. It was honestly a really good learning lesson. But what I am hearing now, straight from prospects, straight from people that I'm talking to, is a lot of people waiting on the sidelines to see who can they trust, who can they share their big dream with. And what's happening is that as a society, I don't know if you know this, but we're actually a lot more prosperous. Even with COVID, we're a lot more prosperous that we are right now in 2021 than we were in earlier years. And what's happening at the same time as that, as we have higher forms of employment and money and all of that, is we're also more depressed, we're more depleted, and we are more scared and anxious to try something, to get out there and do something. And I'm seeing and hearing from people, let me know if you're here, by the way, that they are experiencing a fear of what does it look like if I'm actually near the end or like have fully retired and haven't really moved forward with what my dreams are. And it's so interesting because I don't think I knew because, I'm stuck in my own world. I'm in my own entrepreneurial world where I think everyone's out there chasing the dream and doing what they want to do, and that's not really the case. And I'm finding it more often with women and specifically people of color that we have been doubted on our dreams for a really long time. For a long time, people have questioned if that's the best use of our time. If isn't there something more practical we could do? Who's watching the kids? Shouldn't we take better care of the kids? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? What will your husband think? And there is a lot of women who are approaching their 50s, approaching their 60s, might be in their 40s, who are wondering, is this it? Like, I have the house, I have the car, I have the husband, he's actually retired or semi-retired, but is this how my legacy ends? Do I leave? They're not worried about leaving cash on the table. They're actually worried about leaving impact on the table. And the question a lot of women ask themselves is, did I play the game too small? And that one bothers me. I think that one hits me at the soul because when you're asking yourself the question, did I play the game too small? What that's actually rooted in comes from a place where your identity was rooted in expecting less. And the belief systems that were around you and the society that was around you kept feeding yourself to say, be the nurturer, play it small, do the job with the security. That's not going to work. It's going to be too hard. And if you look at statistics of businesses and you see the fact that we have close to 40% women businesses out there and literally 60% male, except for the amount of people who are bringing money into the actual economy is like, I think something abhorrent, like 20% of female businesses actually bring money into the economy. And I'm not going to stand for that shit. I know I could go make money. I know I could go make my 8-figure business, but that's not the only thing that makes me tick. Seeing the fact that women and people of color specifically have these invisible barriers against us, things that have been part of our subconscious for so long, that have made doubting ourselves and doubting our dreams actually the normal. It is the absolute norm. So not only are we faced with everything that is absolutely cray about running a business, about starting a business, about going after, it is absolutely an athletic sport to be in business. It is not for the faint of heart. You have to do training, you have to do mindset, you have to do strategy, and then you've got to redo it all over again. It involves your identity, it involves your passion, it involves your values, it involves your emotions, and your body. There's just literally spirituality. There's nothing that's left out of the game. Your family, relationships, everything. And so one thing I want you to think about is if you're watching this or you're watching this later and you're quietly sitting here saying, is there something that's out there that I've been daring to dream about, but I have spent so many years accepting that this is the best my reality is going to be? If that is you and you've been in that state and you've gone so far that you don't even remember the last time you've stretched yourself to say and to think, shit, could that be me? Could I do that? Could I aspire for more? Is this a different life than what actually is out there for me? I want you to ask yourself those questions. And if you can for a second feel that moment of embarrassment, just talked to my team member about this today. I was on a one-on-one, and she kind of expected, kind of didn't. I like to keep my team on their toes. I was like, what do you dream of? And she's like in life? Like personally? Like business? And I was like, tried to make it a little easier. I was like, how about business? And she's like, I'm kind of embarrassed to say what I'm thinking. And I'm like, good. That's exactly why you should say it out loud. And you're in a safe place where you can say it out loud. Because I'm the right person to say it to, because I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to bring it down. More than anything, I'm going to tie you up to what those dreams are supposed to be. And that is something I'm seeing out in the marketplace. And so when I'm connecting with people and I see the thing in their eye where they've got the experience, they actually have the know-how, but it is the lack of belief. It is the lack of identity. Hey, Carla, what's up? Carla Cherry. Love your last name, by the way, Cherry. One of my favorite fruits, if not the favorite fruit. When you're out there, you're seeing a lot of people who are not living up to their full potential. They're not out there playing the game at the capacity that they know they were meant to play. And a lot of these people, I tell them straight up, I'm like, you think you want me to offer you and fix your branding and like do some special magic sauce and some kind of like IP program that you don't know what it is. But really what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix your identity. We're going to create a new identity. Sorry, not fix. I shouldn't say that. What I usually say is we're going to create a new version of your identity. We're going to take all the pieces that are amazing. We're going to add in the sugar and spice and maybe some other things and create the new version of yourself. That's what we're going to do. We're then going to douse that whole thing in self-belief. Because I'm like, you're at the point where you've got all the skill sets, but you need an injection of self-belief, and that's what I'm going to provide. When all of that happens, then the next stage is to actually create your offer, or if it's creating your offer, or if it's literally just dialing it in and pricing that bad boy, getting that done, and then helping you monetize it. But it's been so interesting because I've been told by a few coaches of mine that I'm a belief injector and that I inspire people and that I change people's identity and vision of themselves. And I was like, well, what kind of skill set is that? Like, that is the most intangible. How am I ever going to sell this thing? And also, I thought it was too big. I thought that was too big of a label to be put on myself. How am I supposed to inspire people? How am I supposed to inject belief in people? That sounds like a big deal. How do I shift people's identities? And it took me a long time to just get over it and accept, because I'm a pretty humble person and I have my own faults, where I don't want to see my own talent, just like you. Just like you don't want to see your own talents when people hit you over the head with it. So I'm here to tell you that if you haven't been dreaming, it's time to start dreaming of what your life looks like and what the impact and legacy you leave. If you are a woman or a mom, especially, or a person of color or approaching retirement, and you feel like you haven't played the game of life or business or talent to your full capacity, hit me up. We have a new front-end program that is designed exactly for somebody like you. We absolutely have proven talent in order to monetize people and get people to where they want to go. But the thing that we're amazing at is making sure you are playing at the highest possible level that you're meant to play at. So, anyways, if that resonates with you, let me know. Drop your comments. What are your takeaways? I'd love for you to trust us with what your dream is. If you want to drop it in the comments. You watch this later. #BeReplay. I'm going to go pick up my sushi. Take care. Bye.